Cosmic horror in sci-fi, when the universe terrifies us. Welcome to Science Fiction Now, the podcast where we gaze into the infinite void of the cosmos and come away deeply unsettled. I'm Colin Holmes, your guide through the dark, existential corners of sci-fi, where hope is a distant memory and survival is just a cosmic joke. Let's get one thing straight. The universe doesn't give a single shit about us. In the grand cosmic scheme, humanity is nothing more than a bunch of ants on a rock, spinning around a fiery death ball in the middle of nowhere. And if you think that's depressing, welcome to the mind-melting hellscape of cosmic horror in sci-fi, a genre that gleefully takes the insignificance and cranks it to abandon all hope levels. These stories throw us into the deep end of existential dread, where alien forces are too vast, too ancient, and too incomprehensible for our little monkey brains to handle. So, buckle up. It's time to dive into the terrifying unknown. The mind-warping vastness of the three stigmata of Eldritch by Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick didn't just write stories. He cracked your skull open and let paranoia seep into your soul. The three stigmata of Eldritch isn't just a book. It's a goddamn descent into madness. Humanity's already circling the drain, exiled to shitty off-world colonies, when an alien hallucinogen shows up to make things worse. This drug doesn't just fuck with your head. It shatters reality and drops you into the clutches of Eldritch, a godlike entity who might just be the universe's biggest dickhead. Eldritch isn't evil in the classic sense, he's worse. He's omnipresent, incomprehensible, and totally uninterested in your well-being. The book spirals into a nightmare of fractured perceptions, where every choice feels like a cruel joke, and every revelation punches you in the gut. It's cosmic horror on a personal level, where even your own thoughts can't be trusted. The Unknowable Terror of Roadside Picnic by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. If you ever thought alien visitation would be cool, Roadside Picnic is here to laugh in your face. The Strugatsky brothers give us the zones, leftovers from an alien stopover that humanity wasn't invited to. These zones are full of weird-ass artifacts that defy logic, physics, and common sense. They're not gifts. They're fucking bear traps wrapped in shiny paper. The true horror lies in what the zones represent. A civilization so advanced, we're basically bugs scurrying through their trash. The aliens didn't conquer us, they didn't even notice us. The salvagers, or stalkers, who risk their lives to scavenge from the zones, aren't heroes. They're desperate fools playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun. And the gun? It doesn't even care if it goes off. The all-consuming hunger of the stars are Legion by Kameron Hurley. Kameron Hurley's The Stars Are Legion delivers a living, breathing nightmare in the form of sentient starships made of flesh, bone, and God knows what else. These ships aren't just alive. They're decaying, regenerating, and oozing in ways that would make a Cronenberg movie blush. The women who live on these grotesque vessels are locked in endless cycles of violence, betrayal, and survival, with the ships themselves constantly trying to eat them alive. Hurley's vision of the universe isn't just bleak, it's fucking visceral. The body horror is off the charts, and the existential dread comes from realizing that even your home, your environment, is part of the machine grinding you down. The ships don't care about you. The universe doesn't care about you. And, honestly, it's probably better that way. The Cosmic Indifference of the Gods Themselves by Isaac Asimov. Asimov is usually the guy you call for neat, tidy sci-fi, but in The Gods Themselves, he taps into something darker. When humanity starts drawing energy from a parallel universe, it seems like a win, until it becomes clear that we're fucking with forces we don't understand. The aliens on the other side aren't evil. They're just doing their thing. Unfortunately, their thing might destroy our universe entirely. The horror here is subtle but devastating. Asimov doesn't need monsters or gore. He uses physics to scare the crap out of you. The aliens aren't malicious, they're indifferent. And that's somehow worse. The idea that the universe doesn't care about us, that it'll keep spinning long after we're gone, is the kind of existential slap in the face that lingers. The Crawling Chaos of the Ballad of Black Tom by Victor LaValle. Victor LaValle takes cosmic horror and slaps it into 1920s Harlem with the Ballad of Black Tom, a reimagining of Lovecraftian terror with a sharp, modern edge. The protagonist, Charles Thomas Tester, stumbles into a world of eldritch gods, cults, and rituals that make you want to grab a shotgun and a therapist. The malevolent force in this story isn't just some ancient, unknowable deity. It's also the crushing reality of racism and inequality, which hit just as hard as any tentacled monstrosity. LaValle's genius lies in making the horror feel personal. The cosmic dread doesn't just loom over the characters. It crashes into their lives with the force of a freight train. The final act is pure chaos, where the lines between human and monstrous blur, and you're left wondering if the real terror lies in the universe, or in us. Why cosmic horror gets under our skin. Cosmic horror works because it knows exactly where to stick the knife, right in your existential crisis. It thrives on the fear of the unknown, the incomprehensible, and the sheer goddamn size of the universe. These stories don't just scare you. They humble you, force you to confront your place in a cosmos so vast it might as well be infinite. And that's the brilliance of cosmic horror. It terrifies, humbles, and fascinates us all at once. Whether it's the indifferent physics of Asimov or the flesh starships of Hurley, these stories push us to face the unfathomable. Thanks for tuning in to Science Fiction Now. If this episode left you gazing nervously at the stars, hit like, subscribe, and share your favorite tale of cosmic dread in the comments. Until next time, remember, the universe doesn't care, but we're still here, staring into the void, staring into